Welcome back to another episode of On the Red Carpet with Allison. Olivia Newton-John said it best. Let's get physical. Today is Ash Wednesday. It's the start of Lent. Maybe you're giving up something. Maybe you're looking to make some changes in your life. I've been very open with my fitness and health journey. So we're going to talk to a local gym owner just about celeb workouts. Do they work? Is that ridiculous? And should you be letting your children, look up to them fitness-wise? So Matt, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for inviting me. This is a topic I'm interested in personally.
I am too, because I see so many celebrities post fitness videos, their food after, and I'm like, but aren't you plastic? Speaking about
Sure.
Kim K, of course,
Sure.
we're going to talk about her workout routine. But first, I want to know a little bit about you.
So, I will speak about Kim K and her trainers and all those ins and outs and everybody's questions and concerns aren't you just like a normal person? How are you a normal person, but you look like that? And then, right? So we'll talk about that. And I am 36 years old. I went to Pittston Area High School, alma mater, and then Penn State. And after living around the area and also out of the state, I decided to come back home and do what I love, and that is creating, hopefully, this gym space with the community aspect. I really think this area does not have enough of that, where we go on, do things together, go on field trips, maybe ski, bike, hike, stuff like that. So I would say that I definitely am looking forward to bring something new to the area. Let's just say, leave it at that.
I love that, because you really don't, you're talking about, you really don't see gyms you see the HIIT workouts, you see the Pilates, but are those really community where you can go to a gym and be like, hey, I've made friends, we're working out at outside of the gym? So remind us, where is Construct?
Sure. So, the gym is called Construct, and we are basically across the street from the Canning House building, 900 Rudder Ave building. So our address is 190 Wells Street.
Okay.
We're neighbors with the Cancer Wellness Center.
The Brace Place.
That Brace Place. Yep. Valley ENT, if you're familiar.
Oh, so yes, I am.
Yes. So we're all the way down in the corner on the right, and it's a nice 8,300 square foot facility where we do have, like you said, classes, Pilates, yoga. We also have an open, dedicated gym space, which people are more familiar with, and with lat pull downs, leg extension, leg curl, things like that.
I just need to say, I have recently become a yogi. I have recently become a Pilates princess.
Wonderful.
The words that haunt my nightmares are engage your core.
Oh, God.
Because I'm not good at it. So many people think you're just sucking it in and,
That's accurate.
So people are don't suck in. You literally have to engage your core.
Brace
so
it.
I did a belly dancing episode.
Cool.
And she had me feeling muscles here that I've never felt before. It is a workout. I remember sitting the next day and breathing, and I was like, it hurts to breathe.
100%. Yeah, the first time I ever did Pilates was in my 20s, and I was fresh coming off of bodybuilding and typical, and I kind of was injured and just got my degree in kinesiology, and I was like, I need to round out and learn stuff. I better do some yoga and Pilates. And same thing, it was hey, you need to. Actually, my first real good Pilates instructor placed their hand, probably a little bit like what you got, put their hand on my abdomen and was like, go ahead and breathe, but don't let my hand move. I couldn't figure that out for a while, and then
I can't figure that out either.
But that's the basis of Pilates and that whole engage your core right. So Pilates, I am personally glad that it's making its way back into the mainstay, because Pilates was originally invented for soldiers in the early 1900s. Nobody knows this. And it's very interesting because it has become more of this adaptation of, let's just say it, female culture and dancers and things like that. So,
but I want to know just about Pilates, because some young people think, oh, I can just do Pilates, but don't you need weight training also?
Wonderful question. And I'm actually just going to use that as a segue. So at the gym and what I recommend in general is a blend of methods. So I always use this example. We have reached the point in fitness where like MMA and combat sports are. Back in the day, for a tiny bit of brief history, if you're not an MMA expert,
I'm not.
super brief history. Basically, up until like the late like 1990s, it was really style against style. So let's say it really didn't matter who was fighting. It was more this guy does jujitsu, this guy does Muay Thai. Let's see which style wins out.
Oh.
And each set of gurus or dojos would send their and I'm obviously generalizing, but what's changed now is all the fighters these days, they have specialties, like they might have a wrestling background, but they absolutely know that they need to go learn striking. They need to round out their abilities. So back to the point, if you didn't start to connect the dots yet, do you just need Pilates? Can you just do yoga? Wait, can you just lift weights and do nothing else? The answer is probably no to all of them. Can you get away with it? Sure. But overall, the best answer is this mixed approach, like mixed martial arts. We're now taking a couple doses of yoga and saying, hey, you should do a couple doses of yoga a week. You might want to do a couple doses of Pilates a week. Hey, you've been lifting a lot of weights. Maybe you need to do less weights and replace it with going for a hike. And so it's this rounding out of styles that I personally feel from a scientific and principle standpoint, and we'll get to this with the celebrities too, it's the blend that actually does your body well. You can't just focus on one. So all you Pilates people, let me help you. I will show you how to use gym equipment and maybe do squats and bench presses and things like that safely. And for all you people who just want to lift weights, come join me for some yoga.
Namaste. How about that? I will say, listening to you talk about everything, I'm feeling pretty good about my workout routine.
Sweet.
So I work out Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I do morning workout, and then I do hot yoga at night.
Great.
And then Wednesday, Thursday, I'll do workout in the morning, hot yoga at night, and then Friday, Saturday, I'll rest.
Cool.
So I feel pretty good, Matt, about
like
my
killing
workout
it.
routine.
Yeah. I would add some intervals. And so like and when I say intervals, everybody cringes because it means like something hard that turns you into a melted puddle on the ground. Well, kind of. You can, from what you just said, that sounds great. So for everybody taking account, like we're mixing weights with like yoga and Pilates, like calisthenics, body weight strength, and some flexibility. And while you do get the heart rate up and you get some metabolic like stress from the workouts and Pilates and yoga, you probably want to do some like spike your heart rate real high. For example, and I'm going to plug my gym again, we have a great sled and a nice turf to push and pull that sled.
Oh, I pushed that sled.
Oh, yeah.
I did not like it.
Listen.
I didn't know.
Now we're getting somewhere here. No. So maybe you can, just speaking to your workouts, maybe you might want to round out with like 2 doses of something just meant to just spike your heart rate, almost turn you pale white, and well, maybe not that far, right? not that far, but right. So otherwise, you're doing great.
Thank you. But you said something very important here, turning pale white, and that's going to lead me to my next question and lead us to our celebrity workouts. Children and young teens, even like people my age, like see these celebs doing crazy things, see these trainers doing crazy things, and they try to do it, and maybe like they hurt themselves or they get dizzy or they get sick. So how important is it for like mental health, especially as a young child or teen trying to get fit or stay fit?
Well, yeah, and from the kids' perspective, like the way that you just framed it, it's not great, you know. Like kids having to get fit, that concept is novel, right? Kids didn't need to have to do that back in the day, and we can talk about why laziness, iPads, processed foods, but it is. I personally think that the predecessor to all those things is your decisions and your behavior and your patterns and your habits and your sense of self-worth, and you almost can't blame the kids. That really does come from the household. And so again, sorry to plug my gym, but we're trying to have a fun space where people can just show up and not fuss too much about exactly the type of workout or exactly their form. So yeah, it's sad that kids have to even consider, or that parents have to get their kids in shape. But to answer your question, I think that it is a good and a bad thing. The celebrities have definitely, with their fitness, I've noticed in just the last 10 years, fitness has really come to the mainstream. And I do think that celebrities are to credit for some of that. Mm-hmm. Everyone knows now that you should probably go to the gym 1 or 2 days a week. Everyone does it, including our celebrities. So I do think that it's a good thing that it's gained some traction in that way. Unfortunately, what we see is just like on Instagram, we see the highlight reels.
Right.
We don't see the struggle. We don't see the early wake-ups. We don't see the workouts where you feel like crap and maybe you felt like crap the whole workout. Your weights were less, but at least you showed up. I know this sounds cliche, but that's more of what you don't see of the celebrity. And so this is a good foreshadowing for what I'm going to talk about like later, more specifically to the celebrities. Yes, they're showing you hard workouts sometimes. Some of them aren't. I did some research, but ultimately I am happy to see that fitness, we all know that we should be working out. That at least is a good thing. And then we can unpack more of what you said, of just the psychology of kids seeing it and then seeing this standard. Again, it's good and bad thing. I'm glad that people are seeing that fitness is a real thing that we should probably implement as a part of our mainstream, but also how do we get people using it healthy? How do we start them off right? How do we get people to just kind of dip their toes in the water and just get into the workout like routine? Meaning maybe they just show up twice a week to somewhere and they slowly develop a routine, which that, spoiler alert, that's my big answer to this. And I'll unpack that. I really love that people kind of all know now, even kids, working out is something that everybody does. Mm-hmm. Working out is something that I need to do. Okay, cool. What do I do for that? And it'll continue, I hope, to improve in the future where, schools do more than just gym class. Let's say I have lots of ideas, yoga in the classroom, just any bits of movement. So yeah, we'll talk a little bit more. We can definitely unpack the psychology of how it's affecting kids. But yeah, I do have to admit, I'm happy to see that fitness itself, going to a gym or just being active,
is getting highlighted now.
100%.
And it makes me happy. So my sister, she plays tennis. She is a pistol, to say the least. Like, she's doing things that I could have never. But you know what? So I started my fitness journey after a autoimmune diagnosis. And since working out and since doing everything and, diet changes, I have gotten off all of my prescription medications.
Amazing. Did you guys hear that?
It's
all
like
meds?
So great.
Fantastic.
All meds. I feel great. Like, when I got in the gym, I couldn't even do a burpee without feeling nauseous and dizzy. And now I can do a burpee now.
Good for you.
I mean, I don't like to do burpees, but I could do a burpee now.
I don't think anyone likes doing burpees. We could say that.
My least favorite so I love legs. I love a leg day. Arm day, I'm okay. But it's so rewarding, walking past a mirror and being like, oh, that's a new muscle. Or that was never there. It's just so rewarding. It's addicting. It really is addicting.
Yeah.
Matt, after the break, we're going to, decode and dissect some celeb workouts. What do you say?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right. Matt's ready. I hope you're ready at home. We'll be right back on the red carpet. Welcome back from break on the red carpet. Don't break a sweat yet. We still have another fun 13 minutes to go here on the red carpet. Matt is joining me once again. We are going to talk celeb workouts. Are you ready?
Ready. Let's do it.
I think some of these you're going to think are insane. So I have my paper here. I'm going to read off of them. The first one, we talked about her, we teased her, Kim Kardashian.
Of course.
I love Kim K. She does an hour and a half daily routine, 5 to 6 days a week, with 85% of her training is weightlifting. She mixes with Pilates, for mobility. That's what her trainer describes. And then some of her workouts include the bench press, overhead rows, bicycle crunches, RDLs, and treadmill sprints. And then here's something I thought was interesting. She never skips a day, but takes a 2-week rest period every 6 months.
I gotta admit, that sounds great.
Really?
That sounds fantastic.
But I'm sure
I have to admit, and I'll break down why.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I've seen the videos of her and Chloe in the gym. Have you seen those horrible videos that do not like...
They just look like they're having fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That don't do them justice. They're like on the ball just going like this. And I'm like, does that really work? But when I was researching this, I was like, oh, this does sound pretty good.
Comprehensive, yeah. Okay, so the plan itself, I just said, pretty comprehensive sounding. Didn't mention a lot of cardio, but with those weights, you can circuit exercises together, like an upper body right into a lower body or push up into a leg press. Mm-hmm. And that is going to jam your heart rate really high. Okay, so number one, on paper, not bad. And very consistent. Let's really highlight that. So I was saying earlier, like 2 days a week is a great start for people. But ultimately, what we want to do is develop the habit of going to the, what'd she say, 6 days a week or 7 days a week? And then the 2 weeks off. I think that's a really healthy routine. I joke with people a lot that doing some workouts, it's almost going to become the showering, brushing, maybe not even flossing because we skipped that. But like, would you go a day without showering? Probably not.
No.
Right. And so ultimately, when I say culturally, I hope that people see fitness as more of a mainstay in their life. This actually, Kim, I got to give it up to you. This is a fantastic example of consistently making fitness a part of her life. And I think that is exactly why she's able to not just go to the gym and have to die every time.
Right.
She's going back tomorrow and she's not going to drop off. It's just a part of her life and routine. And actually, you might expect me to say the opposite thing, like, oh, they don't even look like they're trying hard in the gym. Again, it's because they're there all the time, every day. And I think that's we do culturally need to see them having fun in the gym because the gym is too stuffy, too serious. It's either your form is right or it's wrong. You're squatting low or not. And then here's Kim K like looking like she's screwing around with her sister in the gym.
That's true.
But that's awesome. And I bet they're not just screwing around. I just bet it's a mixed bag. They get there. Some days they are goofing around, but they get an okay workout in. But they were there. Other days, it probably is more serious. But again, I think that's perfect. She has a nice comprehensive blend of styles, like I mentioned earlier. Not surprised. And I did some research on her trainer. She's got like she's got multiple trainers helping her, developing probably that routine. She has weights and strength training specialists. She has like a specific Pilates instructor or two that are on top of her, making sure that I'm sure her form is good. And then she also, one of her trainers / instructors is really all about energy metabolism and even how like her menstrual cycle, like matching her workouts and the intensity to her menstrual cycle. And I would bet that she's probably also doing something like sleep tracking and things like that. That's how you stay that consistent. You don't have to go crazy and have the best routine. You just need to show up at the gym or just show up for yourself, maybe get a little sweaty and move on with your day. So Kim K.
Hats off to Kim K.
Hats off.
I love Kim K. Okay. I also love Zac Efron, but I don't know if you're going to love this workout.
I don't know.
So he does 3-day cycles with 1 off day. His workouts include a lot of weight training, including the pull-up, the lat pull-downs, chin-up, drag curls, and body weight jump squats. His diet predominantly is made up of whole foods and lean protein sources. He also did keto, but he also does week-long water fasts.
Okay.
That one I thought was interesting. I was like, you need water. Like, you literally need water. What's your take?
So water fasts means the only thing you're consuming is water.
Okay.
So that we're clear on, and so the viewers don't think that this guy's like Sahara deserting himself.
Oh.
Just wanted to clarify.
Okay, yeah. Thank God you did.
Yeah, so water fast basically means the only thing you're consuming is water. That way you're just staying hydrated. You're actually supposed to consume some electrolytes with that because water doesn't have enough of what your muscles and your brain need if you're not eating food. All that aside, I'm not a big fan of extreme fasting. I'm not. And because I have a bias because I work with normal people, and normal meaning like not professional athletes. I work with like soccer moms, dad bods. I also work with like skiers that go almost every single day and people who are casual bodybuilders. But yeah, no, the fasting, I don't know. It's actually a health risk. So that's the biggest part of the fasting. Fasting, cold plunges, all these things that are extreme but trendy. I mean, is it okay to try? Sure, but do so intelligently, like maybe with your doctor.
Right.
The fasting, and I'll just wrap up the rant. A study just came out recently. Actually, they keep coming out that talks about not full fasting, but intermittent fasting, which is all the rage.
Yeah.
And basically it means for most people, it means not eating until maybe 2 o'clock and then eating for about 8 hours. Yeah, it sucks, but you get used to it. Recently, a study came out that basically said the fasting doesn't actually create any magic or burn deep tissue and fat that you can't get to if you are eating. The fasting really just helps you to keep your calories lower.
Okay.
So I want to dispel the fasting thing. And then what was the other one? Keto?
Yeah.
I'm like, how long do you need your body to be healthy until you die, right? Like your whole life. Keto is a diet in the sense that it really is a diet, meaning it should be temporary for most people. There are carnivore people out there. There are keto people out there where that works really well for them. But keto is really difficult. Ask anybody who's not a professional athlete if they tried it or if they want to keep. It is tough. There's carbs in everything. An egg has a gram of sugar.
Oh,
you like
wow.
Yeah, it does. Egg whites have a gram of sugar. And you gotta be like looking all around. I don't know. There's just healthier ways to do it. If you're looking for a breakthrough, if you have all the ambition in the world, meaning you've been putting off getting back in shape and you want to get back in shape, I beg you, don't do anything too crazy at first.
Yeah.
It's really best to just develop the habit, have some fun, maybe get into some intermittent fasting just to help to control your cravings, and maybe talk to a doctor about keto really suggests that is really low carb. And there's also really healthy, high carb, low fat diets.
Okay.
So one isn't just better than the other, right? We all are a little different. Zac Efron.
Shame on Zac Efron. Amazing to look at, but
he's in good shape.
He is in good shape, but how he got there, maybe not so much. All right. It would not be an On the Red Carpet episode if I did not talk about Taylor Swift. So, Taylor Swift does a mix of yoga and Pilates, but she also does a lot of cardio. She's on a treadmill for 3 hours for singing her entire concert set list to build performance stamina.
I'm impressed by that. I mean, I can't walk and chew gum for 4 hours.
No, I can't either. I can't even, if I'm on the treadmill, I can't even look at my phone because I'll like trip or like fall, and I'll be one of those videos where I like slide off of it.
So yeah, I mean, again, kudos to her for the dedication. She's definitely getting the cardio, multitasking on the treadmill. That's all great. I like to watch the iPad on the treadmill. So with that said, I'm going to have a hot take on this. Is that okay? Okay. Taylor Swift, you could use some more muscle.
Well, Travis Kelce has enough to spare.
Yeah, he does. Maybe he can trade some over on her physique, right? So if you guys noticed, lack of weights.
Yeah.
So Pilates, cardio, we didn't hear much about the weight training, and it's just about your preference. Like I had my hot take. That's my opinion. I think you shouldn't be bulky necessarily, male, female, but you probably need a little loadout of weights. And I don't know, Taylor, you look like you could use a couple pounds of muscle. The yoga, great. Cardio, great. Maybe hit some weights. Just my opinion.
I like that. And give us another new album while she's at it. All right, one more, and then we will wrap up. I'm a country girl, so I had to throw one in there. She is known for her crazy legs. Do you know where I'm going with this?
Not yet.
Carrie Underwood.
Okay, yeah.
Carrie Underwood has a crazy, insane workout routine, and her trainers are top tier. So she does 4-minute high intensity Tabata. Is that
Cool.
how?
Yeah,
Tabata bursts.
Yeah.
20 seconds on, 10 seconds off.
Oh,
She
they're brutal.
also focuses on metabolism boosting full body circuits.
Which those are almost the same thing. Like the Tabata is just Tabata is an insane style, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off of almost anything, fill in the blank. And it does what I was saying earlier, like the melt you into a sweat puddle. So it is not a surprise to me that she's like ripped and in shape and, you know, kind of hardcore looking. And not crazy, but maybe compared to the other people that you mentioned. I do want to mention this is a point that I put in my notes. And this isn't specific to Carrie Underwood, but I will say all of these celebrities and anybody who's a high paid athlete, their body is worth a lot of money. In other words, if they get injured, it's a massive, massive loss to record labels or teams or franchises.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. And so I think the one thing that we didn't cover that I just wanted to tie in here is these trainers that work with these celebrities, they are safe. That's all I want. They don't have perfect form. But what they have is safe form, and they had somebody guide them and show them at least where they're safe during squats, how low they should go during deadlifts. Because an injury, like imagine injuring a quarterback because you picked a leg press versus a squat and you just thought you were a trainer doing a good job. You have to know those things. So I pay a lot of attention to the exercises that celebrity trainers choose to use when it comes to the more dangerous ones. And I just want to plug the diamond bar deadlift or diamond bar squat, trap bar. I love it. And every celebrity and all the athletes and even movie stars, they are using the diamond bar, the trap bar, all the time. So I wouldn't be surprised if Carrie was using the diamond bar. And I just want to mention that on air, that maybe not squats and deadlifts traditionally. Yes, strength, but it doesn't have to be in the form of powerlifting or the way that your uncle's brother's cousin who used to play football told you how to bench or squat. Right? You can get unique.
Matt, thank you so much for joining us today. We are out of time. I had so much fun. I need to hit the gym now. That's another episode of On the Red Carpet. Joey, hit that outro.